No cable? Need a way to watch Lomachenko vs. Lopez this weekend? Then I got you covered. Get ESPN Plus using my link below. One great night, a lightweight fight, winner takes all. Also, with your ESPN Plus subscription, you'll be able to watch UFC Fight Night, Brian Ortega versus the Korean Zombie. Two great main cards for only $5.99. By clicking my link, I receive a small kickback that I use to help grow the channel. Thank you, and I'll see you at the fights.
How the WBC hurt Lomachenko versus Teofimo. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. I also set up a Zelle. People were asking for that. It's my email, link in the description. ESPN Plus, a great option if you want to watch this weekend's Lomachenko versus Teofimo fight. The link is in the description. If you guys click on that, it does help the channel continue to grow. And they also have UFC Fight Night this weekend. So be advised, click that link. Let's get these numbers up and, you know, support great boxing. It's a great fight. Now, I want to make this video. I told myself I would try to kick this out. I'm a little bit behind with some of the concepts that I want to talk about, but this was important. So I was like, you know what, let me stop the other videos to make this video. I do think the WBC has hindered and hurt the Lomachenko-Teofimo fight. And the reason I say that is because of this whole franchise champion bonanza BS. I think the whole franchise champion helps to create confusion, especially for new fans in the world of boxing, and collusion and confusion. People don't know what's what. They're not going to know who's the champion. Is Devin Haney a real champion? He got his belt from the email. He doesn't have the resume name that he clearly wants. He tried to fight Lomachenko, couldn't get the Lomachenko fight. You know, these types of things. So they've aided in that process of making boxing more confusing. You know, it already had the alphabet belts where there's regular super champions and interim silver and diamond champions, all this stuff. Like, now they created this designation, and they're really making up the rules as they go. Now, I did a Zoom meeting, Easy Work Wednesday, with channel members, and we had a great dialogue. And I'll also maybe attach this to this video, but just join the conversation. We'll be back every Wednesday with that show. And it's just, it creates a lot of like problems in boxing, because this is a great fight. There's no denying it's a great fight. It's a dangerous style for both. It's a meaningful fight. You can look at it like Teofimo has never fought someone as decorated as Lomachenko. Lomachenko, has he fought someone with the power and momentum and the boxing ability as a Teofimo? So, you know, it's a great fight both ways. But the only, literally, Top Rank's putting it on free TV on ESPN. You could get the ESPN Plus link if you don't have cable. Use my link. Literally, my only complaint with the whole fight is what the WBC did, you know, and that's not really a party to Top Rank or the promoters or the fighters or anything like that. It's the WBC. You know, I guess you can include Lomachenko because the WBC said Top Rank and Lomachenko reached out trying to become the franchise champion. So I guess in that sense, they are actually complicit. But, you know, I just don't like the franchise champion. You know, it seems very segregated. You have a Mexican fighter in Canelo Alvarez, who is the franchise champion, and then you have a Ukrainian fighter. And according to Mauricio Suleiman in the WBC, these two fighters out of all of boxing have done something so legendary that they don't have to follow the same rules. They don't have to have a mandatory. They don't need permission to do whatever they want. They can move up to any division and have first dibs on belts and all types of stuff like that. And they allow the fighter this aura of invincibility. They could just do whatever they want. But then guys that are long-standing champions like Deontay Wilder, up until he lost in February to Tyson Fury, who cheated. You have Gary Russell. How come they didn't become franchise champions? How come Charlo is not so exclusive. And then they have like little cop-out reasons like, oh, Lomachenko has 2 gold medals. What's that got to do with his pro career? He has 2 gold medals. There's other people. Robeisy Ramirez has 2 gold medals, and he's siding with Top Rank. So is he going to be a franchise champion? Is there going to be a franchise champion because he has 2 belts? And that's a BS reason anyway, because look at guys like Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather. We all know they were robbed in the Olympics. Floyd got robbed and Roy Jones got robbed in Seoul, Korea. Joshua has a gold medal, but if you watch that fight and actually know boxing, a lot of people think he didn't win the gold medal match and he should have lost. But Anthony Joshua has a gold medal. So, there's different nuanced things that it's not just cut and dry. Like, oh, you just got a gold medal, so that's the end all be all and you get the special luxury. But we'll see. Now, all of a sudden, they're saying it's transferable. When Canelo became the franchise champion, he did not fight Charlo. That was his mandatory. That was Golovkin's mandatory. The WBC didn't. They broke their own rules, didn't enforce their own rules. He didn't fight his mandatory. And then they had to make it clear that basically it's non-transferable. So Canelo, when we knew he wasn't going to fight Charlo, because if they made this designation of franchise champion and they didn't, and they said it was transferable, then people would still clamor for the Charlo versus Canelo fight and say, hey, winner becomes the franchise champion. But they had to make it clear that this is something special and special treatment for Canelo, just like when the WBC raised the amount of clenbuterol you can have in your system. These are the types of rule breaking and bending that we're seeing from the WBC in recent memory and recent years, right? So they said it was non-transferable. So like to get the dogs off the scent, so people didn't push for the Charlo fight to still happen with Canelo. And then now all of a sudden they said Teofimo can become the franchise champion if he defeats Lomachenko, but it's not transferable. Weird. Let me know what you guys think. Check out some clips from that Zoom meeting too. We talked about this situation, but the WBC really wrecked things because Lomachenko beat Luke Campbell. He beat him fair and square. I thought he was the rightful winner, and he had the WBC belt. But they created confusion by not making him and enforcing their own rules and making Lomachenko fight Devin Haney, their mandatory, who was ranked. And by default, they bumped him up to the franchise quote unquote designation. Now it's a transferable title. They're really just making up the rules. Now Devin Haney has a WBC belt. He's fighting Gamboa, a fight that's being ridiculed, but he wants to fight Lomachenko. So look what the WBC is doing towards black fighters. Black fighters have to fight whoever they can. Devin Haney saying he's the boogeyman, and it's hard to deny he is the boogeyman if he can't get the fights, even if he works his way up the rankings and he's supposed to be able to get a Lomachenko shot. Then they pull a fast one like Lomachenko franchise champion. So, it just becomes a hard out, especially in the world of boxing, if you're a black fighter, because if you're a black fighter and you don't get to become a franchise champion, because we don't have one black franchise champion as of recording this video, right? So you can't get the fight you want. The other opposing team could just petition to make you the franchise champion. Then they can vote and approve it. And then now Devin Haney's fighting Gamboa, and he's not going to get credit, and people are calling him the email champion, and he's being ridiculed for things that really aren't his fault. Devin Haney, he wants to fight Lomachenko. He just said it again. He said he wants to fight Lomachenko, Teofimo winner. He called out Lomachenko. He called him Nomachenko. And we know for obvious reasons he couldn't get those fights. Now he has to fight Gamboa. He's coming off a loss, and it just creates more confusion and calamity. And now fighters who have the willingness to fight anybody, they don't really get the opportunity to. And instead, they got to do like Demetrius Andrade. And since they can't get the people on their side, like Caleb Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, Canelo, Triple G, guys that are affiliated with DAZN, Andrade's fighting whoever and is being ridiculed. This is the constant treatment of black fighters in America and throughout boxing. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We working.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego. the future of boxing.